Hi, I'm James and I'm a software developer. I was a fairly good student at school. I did enjoy the learning aspect, especially when doing subjects that I enjoyed, such as mathematics. Throughout most of high school, I didn't know what I wanted to do. Even up to the stage of year 12, I was still undecided, and then got to the stage where we had to choose our university preferences, and my older brother had actually gone and done IT at university before, and I figured I had always enjoyed computers and probably get the score that I needed to do a lot of what I wanted to do. So I thought, well, I'll just move into IT because, yeah, I really like computers. I'd never had any programming experience prior to joining up at university, but one of the introductory subjects for programming I started, and everyone was saying, oh, this is generally really hard, you'll have a hard time getting into this. I started it and I felt it was quite easy and I was learning it pretty quickly, so I thought, oh, maybe I have a knack for this, or maybe, and I really liked doing it. Actually, it was one of my favourite subjects at university, so from there I decided to make that my major at university. Towards the end of my university degree, I didn't have any plans for the future at that stage. We actually had a presentation from this company at the university that I was at, and they basically presented the positions that were available to graduate positions. I decided to apply for that, and yeah, I got accepted for the job, and now I'm here. Programming basically anything to do with writing, developing, looking at code. There are a few aspects of it, so you could be looking at existing code and fixing up bugs. You could be introducing a new feature. You could be creating a new project from scratch. Basically anything to do with writing code in any programming language, really. I'll be assigned either a defect or a feature. A defect is when our existing code base has a problem with it, either which has been logged by our customer or has been found internally, and I'll be told what the problem is, and I'll have to go in and look at the code, make any necessary changes, and then to fix that up we can be assigned a feature, which is basically a new development, which is an add-on to our existing code, which is something that maybe a customer has requested, or once again internally has been requested, and then basically translating that into code so that the end user then has that functionality in the product. I really love the problem-solving aspect of the job. I've always sort of enjoyed puzzles, and mathematics at school was something I enjoyed, and sort of solving things. Writing code is a lot like that. There's a lot of little problems that you have to sort of figure out as you go. The user sees the user interface, which has buttons, text fields, whatnot. And when you really look into the code, you get to see that in basically text form. You can see every sort of little aspect of the system just written in front of you on a sort of blank page. I really like being able to see something that I've written being translated into a real-life product that's being used. One of the benefits of being in this industry is that you gain a sort of a knowledge base of a language, and then you can use that in other situations. So the language we use here primarily is C#, and it is quite a widely used language in the industry. All around the world it is used. I guess the programming language transcends the language barrier. The language doesn't change to different countries, so this is transferable to really anywhere in the world that uses that programming language. I will have this knowledge with me, and I can take that with me and apply that in anywhere I want, whether it be if I want to write my own application or to the next company I move to. Yeah, I've lived in Geelong for my whole life. Went to primary school, high school, university here. We have our local university Deakin, which is where I did my Bachelor of Information Technology. So the advantages of living in Geelong and working here as well is that I'm about a 15-minute drive away from work. I can drive in and I can park for free during the day, so I don't waste half my paycheck on parking during the week. I couldn't stand getting up 6 o'clock every morning to get to the train station, get on a train for an hour, delays and all that sort of stuff. So it's great just being able to sort of, being so close to where you work, and sort of anything you need really is within a 20-minute range where you are. So on one side you have the city of Melbourne if you need to you want to go and sort of experience that, and you've also got a lot of nature to take in as well, which is close by, which is great. And obviously there's beaches always never too far away from where you want to be, so in the summer that's great. So the skills you need to pick up this job really are problem solving, ability to learn fast, good communication skills. Even though you might have the perception of a programmer being someone who sits at their desk and looks at their screen all day, there is a lot of communication going on in team projects. If you love computers, if you have an interest in the inner workings of them, kind of really cool to see something you've written translated into a working program in front of you. If you are curious about how these things that we use every day work, then this is a great profession to get into, because you really get to understand about technology, which is such a widely used thing today.